Hi, today we will talk about the Austrian artist, one of the most prominent representatives of Viennese Art Nouveau, Gustav Klimt. Gustav Klimt was born in Vienna in 1862 into a lower middle-class family of Moravian origin. His father, Ernst Klimt, worked as an engraver and goldsmith, earning very little, and the artist's childhood was spent in relative poverty. The painter would have to support his family financially throughout his life. In 1876, Klimt was awarded a scholarship to the Vienna School of Arts and Crafts, where he studied until 1883 and received training as an architectural painter. He revered the foremost history painter of the time, Hans Makart. In 1877, his brother Ernst, who like his father would become an engraver, also enrolled in the school. The two brothers and their friend Franz Mech began working together. By 1880, they had received numerous commissions as a team they called the Company of Artists and helped their teacher in painting murals in the Kunsthistorisches Museum in Vienna. After finishing his studies, Klimt opened a studio together with Mech and Ernst Klimt. The trio specialized in interior decoration, particularly theaters. Already by the 1880s, they were renowned for their skill and decorated theaters throughout the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and much of their work can still be seen there. In 1886, the painters were asked to decorate the Viennese Book Theatre, effectually recognizing them as the foremost decoration of Austria. At the completion of the work in 1888, the painters were awarded the Golden Service Cross, and Klimt was commissioned to paint the auditorium of the Old Book Theatre, the work that would bring him to the height of his fame. This painting, with its almost photographic accuracy, is considered one of the greatest achievements in naturalist painting. As a result, Klimt was awarded the Emperor's Prize and became a fashionable portraitist as well as the leading artist of this day. Paradoxically, it was at this point, with a fabulous career as a classicist painter unfolding before him, that Klimt began turning towards the radical new styles of Art Nouveau. In the coming few years, the artistic trio fell apart. Franz Mach, who wanted to branch out into portrait painting, which he did with some success. Meanwhile, Gustav Klimt's changing style made it impossible for them to work together on any project. Furthermore, Ernst Klimt died in 1892, shortly after the death of their father. Struck by this double tragedy, Gustav retreated from public life, focusing on experimentation and the study of contemporary styles of art, as well as historical styles that were overlooked within the establishment, such as Japanese, Chinese, ancient Egyptian, and Mycenaean art. The painter was not alone in his opposition to the Austrian artistic establishment on the time. In 1897, he, together with 40 other notable Viennese artists, resigned from the Academy of Arts and founded the Union of Austrian Painters, more commonly known as Secession. Klimt was immediately elected president. While the union had no clearly defined goals or support to the particular styles, it was against the classicist establishment, which it found to be oppressive. Klimt's golden phase was marked by positive critical reaction and success. Many of his paintings from this period used golden leaf. The prominent use of gold can first be traced back to Palace of Fane and Judith and the Head of Holofernes. Alfred the works most popular associated with this period are the portrait of Adele Bloch-Bayer and the Kiss, Between 1907 and 1909, Klimt painted 5 canvases of society women wrapped in fur. As he walked and relaxed in his home, Klimt normally wore sandals and a long robe with no undergarments. His simple life was somewhat cloistered, devoted to his art and family and little else except the secessionist movement, and he avoided cafe society and other artists socially. By 1910, Klimt has moved past his golden style. One of his last pictures in that style was Death in Life. In 1911, the painting was shown at the National Exhibition in Rome, where he won first place. However, the artist was dissatisfied with this work, and in 1912 he changed the background from gold to blue. In 1915, his mother Anna died. Klimt died 3 years later in Vienna on February 6, 1918, having suffered a stroke and pneumonia. He was buried at the Hidden Cemetery in Vienna. Numerous paintings were left unfinished. Klimt's work is often distinguished by elegant gold of colored decoration, spirals and swirls, and phallic shapes used to conceal the more erotic position of the drawings upon which many of his paintings are based. This can be seen in Judith and the Head of Holiness and in The Kiss and especially in Danae. One of the most common themes Klimt used was that of the domination woman and femme fatale. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.